Hi everyone, this is Rupinder and today here I am with a very interesting topic of Task 1 Academic Writing, that is the graphs. This is basically, I have bar chart today with me. Let's discuss in detail, means from starting to ending, how you are gonna write your introduction, overview, your body para 1 and body para 2. So the structure that we follow in the IELTS writing is extremely important. So just to explain those bit of things so that you can get your band score of 7+ in your IELTS exam. So let's discuss this task. Basically, this is a simple bar graph with very little information. So we need to elaborate every small thing. If the graph contains too much of content, too much of data, then you can leave a few things and you need to write some of the things. So here we have the question. The bar chart shows the amount of foreign direct investment in India and China from 2014 to 2019. Then we have the instruction given as per the exam. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So you are not required to make the comparisons everywhere, but where you really require, where two different information can be compared. It can be in single chart or it can be in two different charts. Then we have the word limit also. So we are supposed to write at least 150 words, not less than 150. So your task should be around 160 plus when you write your task 1. And here we have some information like it is about capital expenditure, and then money, that the figures are given in dollar billions. And then this here with single lines we have China, and with cross lines we have information about India. So the informations are like it's 0 billion, 20 billions, 40, 60, 80 and 100 billions. Then we have years 2014, 2015, 16, 17 and 19. So these are different years for the information, like 6 years we have, and this is the information. So let's elaborate it. First of all, we will move to the introduction of this task. Introduction is the phase of your writing. Either it is your task 1 or 2. You need to be very clear about what you write in your introduction. You cannot add things, you cannot subtract things out of that. So it should be what it should be, but yes, you can use synonyms, you can use other way of writing like active to passive to gerund, just to make it look different, but you cannot change the meaning of your introduction. So here we have the introduction. The chart illustrates the level of outside investments in the economics of India and China between 2014 and 2019. So when the words come like foreign direct investment, so there are a few words that we can replace with those so that the meaning should remain the same. We cannot use any possible word. So it should be the right word. So choosing right word is extremely important. Let me tell you how I have paraphrased this task 1. Here it was written bar chart. So I have changed it with chart only. So here we had show. So we have illustrates here. Then amount of foreign direct investment. We have paraphrased it with level of outside investments. Then in India and China, so we have, when it comes to financial terms, we can use the word economics of, then it remained the same, India and China. For between 2014 and 2019, here the words were from 2014 to 2019. So either way, if you are getting in the words in question like from 2014 to 2019 or so and so years, you can change it with between. If in the question it is between, you can change there in from and to. So this was all about how I have paraphrased the task 1 introduction for your bar graph. Then also you can write bar graph instead of bar chart. That is equally correct. Then we have the graph here. Look at the information. It's like 18 to around 20. Then the same way we can see where we can compare. So this is the information which is most highlighting. So other way, if you can take a scale, a simple scale, to know where the information is going. So when it comes to India, it is going up almost, but here it has came down, otherwise and here as well, otherwise it's almost up. But at in 3 years it was down, other 3 years it was up. So it is basically fluctuating. So we will use the term fluctuating or fluctuated. Then for our capital expenditures in China, it has been like upward trend most of the times, except here in 2015. Otherwise it has been up always. So these are some of the information we are going to write here. So for China overall it has increased, but for India it has fluctuated. So in the same way, we have written the overview, and take care of the words that I have used here to make comparisons or from making shift from one value to another, for one sentence to another. So we have here, first of all, you need to start it with every single writing task one should be written this way. Overall, it is readily apparent that in every single task one you are supposed to write here. Overall, it is readily apparent that. Then we have expenditures in China declined steadily throughout the period but fluctuated in India. For China, these have declined from 80 to around 60, then around 65 and 40. Only here it has increased, otherwise the values has declined. So I have written overall it is readily apparent that expenditure in China declined steadily throughout the period but fluctuated in India, or you can write fluctuated for India. Then however, here I have used a contrast. Most of the time there will be the word however. So however, the total amount of money that flowed into China was higher than in India. Though it has declined, but India नालों हमेशा ज़्यादा ही रहा. So just have a look. India नालों values mostly ज़्यादा ही ने सब दे विच, चाहे decline कहते हैं, but India नालों फिर भी ज़्यादा रही हैं values. Then we have our body para 1. So this was our introduction. This was our overview. Here we have our body para 1, and here we are with our body para 2. So for this we have always we need to start it with to begin with, and for task 2 we are always gonna start it with moving ahead. One more thing, that there are some words which I have used. I'll explain those later. So here we have our body para 1, and we are starting it with to begin with. In every single task 1, these things will remain same. Overall, it is readily apparent that to begin with and you're moving ahead. Then to begin with, we will write about China in one body paragraph and about India in second body paragraph. You can also part it in half, like half about China and India in one body para and the rest in another. But there will be a lot of complication, confusion about what information to write, what not, and there will be some terms those will be repeated again and again when we'll compare those. So the best way to write is write about China in one body para and India in another. Then we have written to begin with, the Chinese economy received just under $80 billion in 2014, as it is here, which fell to around $60 billion in 2015 and 16. Here, like it has fell to $60 billions. Then after a slight decrease, थोड़े जे डिक्रीज तो बाद 2017 ਦੇ थोड़े जे डिक्रीज तो बाद there was a massive रिसर्जेंस की ਹੁੰਦਾ री-इंक्रीज होना किसी वैल्यू ਨੂੰ so the massive मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा so there was a massive resurgence to a high point of more than $100 billion, which means here I have marked already. So this is one of the highlighting feature in terms of China's direct investment. So इतने 100 तो भी ज़्यादा चली गई है value. So there was a massive resurgence to a high point of more than $100 billion in 2018 before receding to just over $50 billion in 2019. फिर वैल्यू घटी है काफ़ी ज़्यादा here मतलब if it is written around 40 so it should be even less. मैं जिहड़ा ग्राफ आ तुहानूं इहदे विच एंड ते मैंशन कर दूँगी और even you can just write this question in your Google, you will get the question, the whole graph very clearly. Then here we have now task 2. For task 2 we have moving ahead in 2014 foreign outlays मतलब foreign income, foreign investment into India's economy reached more than $20 billion. Then rose significantly, बहुत ज़्यादा increase आया, rose significantly to approximately $60 billion. बहुत घट तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा. So I'm talking about this point. In 2015 and 2016, prior किस तो fall करन तो prior to falling back to 2014 values in 2017 फिर ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਹੀ 2014 ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਸੀ ਉਹੀ ਸੇਮ 2017 ਚ ਵੀ ਆ ਗਈਆਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 60 ਤੱਕ ਗਈ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ again 2014 ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਈ so this is how you structure different sentences when it comes to comparing two different values. Fine. Then we have in 2018 there was another dramatic increase. Dramatic increase means काफ़ी ज़्यादा increase आया जिमें 20 to $60 billion गया सी in the same way एक और dramatic increase आया जिमें इत्थे मैं यूज़ किया massive resurgence था इत्थे आपा यूज़ कर लिया dramatic increase to just below $60 billion again returning to around $20 billion in 2019 फिर उसे 20 billion वाली वैल्यू पे वापस चला गया. So 2015 was the only year India's level of foreign investment exceeded मतलब वो तो increase गए तो above गए exceeded China's with values of slightly over $60 billion and slightly below $60 billion respectively. सिर्फ 2015 ਇਹ ਜਿਹਾ ईयर ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਉੱਪਰ ਗਈਆਂ ਸੀ. ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਚਾਈਨਾ ਤੋਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ here at this point ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਭ 'ਚ ਘੱਟ ਹੀ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਘੱਟ ਗਿਆ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ. Then this is how your task 1 academic should look like. So which is very very important when it comes to using these words. I have used many so let's underline those. I have used the word declined steadily throughout the period, fluctuated. Then we have used the word flowed into. Then there is another word which fell to around, fell again, it showed a decrease. Then I have used the word a slight decrease. Then before, receding, just over, and returning to, approximately, just below, falling back. If the value is going to the same point again, we can use this as falling back. Then around means it shows the approximation. It's just a synonym to the word approximately. Then we have used the word slightly over, slightly below. So these are the words that you need to take care of when it comes to writing your task 1 in academics, because these are the words that you need to make comparisons, that you need to make your sentences. ਸੋ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਵਰਡਸ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸਿਸ ਬਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਸੋ ਇਟ ਵਿਲ ਸ਼ੋ a variety in your task and hence impress the examiner ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਸਕੋਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ again same in this year the values are at this point so definitely you are not going to have your band score more than 5.5 so that might not fulfill your band requirement so these are a few things you need to consider and practice is the key ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਟਾਸਕ ਦੇਖ ਲਿਆ and that's it. No, you need to write many tasks, even different tasks, not just the bar charts but pie charts, line graphs, tables, diagrams and many other. So but specifically when it comes to writing your this type of bar graph you need to follow this structure. So it doesn't matter if our task our body para 1 is a little less when it comes to your word count and this one is more because it is due to this information जो ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ task 1 otherwise you need to always balance up the information in body para 1 and body para 2 so guys this is all about task 1 I hope it would help you ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਟਾਸਕ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਾਇਆ do comment in the comment section ਮੇਰੇ online and offline courses ਦੇ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ either you can call or just text on WhatsApp. Thank you for watching.